Good day. Glad you all can... wait, where's Donald?
He said he might be a second. His shift at McDonald's is taking longer than expected.
Wasn't that just a campaign thing?
It was. But I think he keeps working there for the free food he gets.
Uppy bastard. Free ice cream whenever he wants.
Joe, their ice cream ain't all that.
Yes, it is. It's so good, they have to lie and say the machine is broken to keep it to themselves.
Really? I figured they just said that so they didn't have to clean it.
You fucking know it. That thing is a pain in the ass.
There you are, Donald. Full and ready to play?
More than you think. Dealing with shitheads all day is tiring.
Being the president can be rough.
What? No! Fucking crackheads at the McDonald's can't take no for an answer. I had to clean piss off the windows when I told them the ice cream machine wasn't working.
Whoa. Was it?
Of course not. Thing's a pain in the ass. But fuck it! Let's get this game started.
Right then. Well, on that note, let's get started.
Wow.
Now I'm fucking immersed.
Van, put the lightsaber away. We don't want to get kicked out, right?
Shit, sorry, it's just been a while since I've been excited for Star Wars.
Don't worry, we get the struggle. But let's just let Warren finish his thing.
Thank you, Bush. The camera pans down to see the brown, dry planet of Tatooine. With a slide swipe, we see the small town of Moscalo, with close-knit adobe houses and the simple farmers and townfolk going about their day. We zoom in to one home in particular. Donald, could you describe your character and his home?
Right, look at perfection. A young human in his mid-20s wakes up and trudges through the mess of scrap metal and pot racing parts scattered across the floor. He has magnificent golden hair that never falters. In this...
Fucking Christ.
Shut the fuck up, Joe. Anyway, he is wearing a simple jacket with somewhat dirty pants covered in grease. My name is Cassian Zern.
That was, definitely an interesting start. Thank you, Donald. The grogginess of your sleep still makes you walk with a sway. You hear a loud pounding at your front door.
Great. I'll ignore it, hoping whoever it is will go away.
A few minutes pass, and the knocking continues, a little louder this time. You can almost hear the impatience with the knocks.
Fuck. If it's who I think it is, this will be great. I'll open the door.
As you open the door, you see the familiar sight of Kylin, a human woman in her mid to late 20s who works as an enforcer for Dooza. She is wearing her usual green battle armor with a green scarf. She looks annoyed as she sees you.
Fastest man on Tatooine can't get the door? Come on, Duza has a job for you.
A job? What? Got a delivery?
In a way, I'll explain when we get everyone.
Everyone? Who the hell we getting?
Calm down, you know them. You see them all the time.
Oh, that's just great.
As you and Kaylin walk through the streets, as you passed, people give the two of you a wide berth. The look of fear is clear on them, as they do their best to stay out of Kaylin's way. As you walk, you see a familiar figure, talking to some of the townsfolk. Joe, could you describe your character for us?
They would see an old Deveronian man named Seer McCoy. He has a long gray beard and a crappy cigarette in his mouth. He's wearing very standard and simple clothes with an old shirt and suspenders and a straw hat. And I'm just leaning against a building, chatting with anyone that passes by.
See ya. As you're talking with the townsfolk, you notice Kaylin approaching. The people talking to you cut off the conversation and leave as Kaylin walks up to you.
Hi, Kaylin. Come to grace the people with your presence?
Funny, really. Come on, sire. You're needed.
This old fossil? What's he gonna do? Snore on the way to annoy me?
I finish the cigar and stamp it out. Good to see you too, Cassian. Got that racer working?
Sure, doubt we're using it for this job. Whatever it is.
Job?
Cut the chatter. We don't have time to kill. You need to be off planet soon.
Off planet? The fuck for?
The job. Now come on.
And with that, Kaylin walks off.
Kaylin, I have to ask that you calm down a tad. You're scaring the fine people of this town.
Not my job to make them happy. That's yours, remember?
And you love to make it a difficult one.
The two of you follow Kaylin, and the three of you hop onto a speeder and go to a landing platform a few miles outside of town. You see the familiar sight of a G9 rigger light freighter and a familiar face prepping it for takeoff. Ben, could you describe your character?
Gladly. They would see the small frame of a Jawa.
No fucking way.
Shut up, Donald.
No, it makes perfect sense. You already talk like one.
Anyway, I'm wearing the standard brown cloak of a Jawa that hides my face, and I'm wearing various tool belts and equipment all over me. I'm doing the standard pre-flight checks, making sure this old ship can break orbit. Oh, and his name is Beto.
You hear a speeder pull up below the platform and you see these three walk up.
Good to see you guys made it. Just in time to almost done with all the checks.
Good. It's nice to see someone being on top of things. Are the other two inside?
Yeah, they're getting all the internals checked out. I think Sook is mostly making sure we don't mess with his ship.
Why am I not surprised that guy flies this hunk of junk? I'm surprised he was able to get anywhere with this.
It ain't pretty, by any means, but definitely gets the job done. Though I had to change a few things, so the engine didn't blow up as we took off.
Good to see you looking out.
Seer, you're part of this too?
Yes, so. Whatever this is.
Since everyone else is inside, let's get in, and I can explain the job.
Fucking finally.
All four of you walk into the ship proper and see two people standing as you enter. Mission Obama, could you describe your characters for us?
Would you like to go first?
If you're fine with it.
Go for it.
Okay, you see a Shistavanan man with matted fur.
Absolutely no fucking way.
Got something to say, Donald?
So many. But I'll settle on. You're not beating the allegations.
What allegations?
Don't worry about it. Anyway,
Yeah, he is wearing simple clothes made out of different animal skins that he has hunted and turned into clothing with a fur-lined collar. He has a hunting rifle strapped to his back. And his name is Suk Kav.
awesome. Bush?
And they see a pretty muscular man in full body armor and a helmet. No one has seen his face and seems to be ready to get this job done and over with. His name is Panzer.
Ah, Panzer, Suk. Good to see even more friendly faces.
Friendly is certainly a word for it.
Sayer, nice to see you. Boss Kale, treating you well?
The people are nice. It's some management I have problems with. And I shoot a glare at Kalen.
She shoots a glare back.
Look, seems like we're taking your bird off this dusk ball for a bit.
Think it can even lift off the ground.
More than that, I'm more curious to see why my ship is needed for this.
Well, since everyone is here, I can explain the job.
You see Kalen place a hollow projector in the center of the room and a projection of a yellow-skinned Twi'lek man.
Isn't that...
Just ignore it. I don't think AI can do everything yet.
Hey,
Cheers, Chow. Here's a cookie.
sweet.
Anyway, the display shows a scared Twi'lek man with yellow skin and dotted patterns on his skin.
This is Bandon Cayley. He's a pirate who's been doing business on Formos.
PM, do we know of Formos?
Perfect time for the first roll of the game. So, for the people watching, we roll these dice. Green, blue, and yellow are good dice. Black, red, and purple are bad. We roll a number of dice based on the character's abilities and skill against the dice determined by the difficulty of what they are trying to do. Green die is based on your stats like brawn or intelligence, while yellow dice shows your proficiency in that skill.
What about blue?
That gives a boost based on the situation you're in, like someone is assisting you or the environment gives you an advantage. Like sneaking around when it's raining, it covers your sound. For knowledge on Formos, you will roll a knowledge underworld check to see what you know.
So since I have an intelligence of 2 and a skill rank in that check, I would 2 green and 1 yellow?
No, your skill rank replaces 1 green die. You basically upgraded your die from green to yellow. And add 2 purple dice to the roll, since not many of you guys would do business off-world, except for Obama and Bush's character.
So instead of beating a set DC like in Dungeons & Dragons, we roll the good and bad dice against each other? Right?
Yes, take a look at this. Good and bad dice have different symbols that cancel each other out. Whatever is left determines the result.
All right, then let's roll.
Three, success. 2, threat. Whatever that fucking means.
3 success, 2 advantage for me.
1 advantage for me.
2 successes for me.
Unfortunately, 2 failures and 1 advantage for me.
All right, some good rolls. For Bush and Biden, you don't know much of Formos.
Damn.
Yeah?
Or everyone else, you know Formos is a drier world than most, and is a primary hub for smuggling and other criminal activity. This is mainly due to it being linked directly to the mining world of Kessel. Beto, with those 2 advantages, you know that the Empire has little presence there, and the Hutts do business on Formos.
I see.
Kalen continues.
He's been exerting his control over how contraband is moving in and out of Formos, putting himself directly in competition with the cartel.
Well, what does this have to do with us?
Duza wants you to capture this overambitious pirate and bring him to his palace.
I can understand Duza asking me or Sook, but why the others? I'm sure the Hutts can get a better team or solo hunter.
Could you roll a charm check to see what she says?
Sure, what's the difficulty?
3 purple, but add a blue die as well.
All right, then. Damn. Only 2 advantages.
Make a note of that.
Question, what do advantages and threats do exactly?
Advantages and threats represent positive or negative side effects to a check, so asking for information can fail, but still give you a bonus in some way. Like Ben's roll earlier gave him a bit more info on Formos because of the advantage. Whereas threats can give you mental strain or a negative side effect. Like someone being more suspicious of you. Anyway, Kylen looks at you with a slightly annoyed look, then sighs.
I agree, but Duza said that you 5 have to do this. End of story.
Odd, but a simple hunt. Duza wants him
Yeah, wants to make an example of him.
alive.
For what? To show that he can swing it with the more powerful Hutts in the cartel?
Watch it, sire. You know what mouthing off gets you.
Do you forget?
All right, then, let's get this ship off. There's no point in wasting time.
Good point. Here's a data pad with what we know. Good hunting.
With that, Kaylin heads off the ship then, to her speeder, back to Moscalo.
I'll look over the others and chuckle. Well, this will be interesting, if nothing else.
What makes you say that?
No offense, but have you three been in a fight
20.
in the last centuries here?
Really now?
I can scrape with the best of them. I'm a quick shot with my blaster. What you laughing at, Jawa?
Nothing out of it for your concerns. I'm not much of a fighter. But if you need a slicer, mechanic, fixer, whatever you need, I'm your guy.
At least you're honest. I've got it all set up. The coordinates for hyperspace. Settle in. It's quite a trek for Foremost. It's a seat. I'll head to the cockpit.
And I'll walk up to Ben's character. Vito, right?
Yeah, I guess you're that Panzer guy I've heard so much about.
The good things, I hope.
In terms of us not dying on this job? Yeah.
Aha. Good. I'm gonna check my gear. Get me when we arrive. Millie, see ya.
I'm heading to the cockpit as well.
I'm just gonna mess with my gear to double check everything and make sure nothing breaks on the way.
Okay, Cassian, you arrive at the cockpit and see Sook getting everything ready for takeoff.
Need something?
Yeah, I want to get used to flying this thing while we're in friendly territory.
Fly? You're a funny one if you think I'm letting you fly my ship.
Really? Okay. Imagine if we need to get out fast. Who would want to fly? The best pilot this side of the rim, or some hunter?
Are you asking to fly my ship and insult me in the same breath?
Yeah.
No. If we need a quick getaway, then I might let you fly. Otherwise, don't touch anything.
All right then. Want to co-pilot at least?
Still talking?
It's either I'm flying in some way or I go exploring. Which would you prefer?
Fine. Just be somewhat quiet.
Awesome.
Alright, so what do you two do?
I'm putting in the coordinates for Foremost. Making sure Cassian doesn't do shit to my ship.
Okay, Cassian.
Doing shit to his ship.
Okay then, we will leave you two to that for a second. Ben, Bush, or Joe, do you guys want to do anything before we continue?
I'm going to take a nap.
Fucking shocker.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take some time to do a list of what we have on the ship. Parts, weapons, and the like.
Alright then, roll me a perception check with 1 purple.
2 success, 1 advantage.
Cool. You find standard survival equipment with plenty of rations to last a few months, or even longer, some spare parts for weapons and the ship itself, and a lockbox in a tucked-away corner.
Oh shit, do it.
Brother,
What's going on?
Can I open it?
Oh boy. Roll me a skullduggery check with 3 purples. You'll...
All right then. Holy shit. 2 success, 1 threat.
Oh great. You open the box and see a metal cylinder object with a bunch of other parts alongside it. You can tell that this was just thrown in here with no care.
I go to inspect the object.
As you do, you feel a hand on your shoulder.
Find something?
And that's where we will end the first session.
Sure. Oh, you motherfucker. What's in the box?
you definitely got me curious.
Guess we may find out next time.
That we may. But for now, I would like to thank the people who took the time to watch this little video of ours.
Thank you. It means the world to us. As you can tell, the editor is new, so any feedback will be greatly appreciated.
And if you somehow found us before watching any other AI president's videos, you should definitely watch the ones who inspired this series.
That being the amazing work of BrickHouseAI, Melchatron, and Crafty GG.
And check out Prime Radiancy from Mass Effect, The Walking Dead, and some Pokemon-related videos.
Oh, and don't forget Commander Fox. I love his Dragon Age content.
Now that we mention those settings, we should run games in those. But for now, go and check out those amazing content creators. And see you guys next time on The Edge of the Empire.